Hey guys, it's Jenny from Crazy Crafts. Today I'm going to show you how I made my lollipop lights. I'm just recovering them, but I'll go through the process. What I did was I got 12 milk bottles. These are 2-litre ones in Australia. I need 2 lids to go on 2 ends. And I drilled 5mm holes in the lids so that the one LED could poke through each direction. I've got a set of lights that splits in the middle and goes in 2 directions. That's why I've got 2 bottles with one sticking out each end, which was more convenient in this particular instance. They obviously are solar lights, and I think it was a set of 200. It's hard to remember, but I think 200 should do you. So the 2 caps got holes drilled in them, and each bottle got a hole drilled in the bottom of it. And I think I drilled about a 7mm hole in there, because you want to be able to stick the lead through with quite an ease. When you're threading them, you don't have the lids on, so they just go through this end quite easily, but that end you've got to kind of poke them through. So it made a slightly bigger hole in that end. Sorry, my camera's just decided to not sit where I want it to. Anyway, as we're going to, let me just twist this. Let's sit over the leg, it'll work better. There we go. Stay there. Alright. There you go. There's my inept technology for you. Okay. So I've got a selection of different coloured cello sheets here. These usually come, in Australia at least, in a pack of 2 sheets. And they are 500 by 700 millimeters. So we're looking this kind of size. And they wrap quite nicely long ways around the bottle. You'll need a roll of tape, just regular sticky tape. Any light coloured ribbon, it doesn't really matter. I just use that to tie the ends to make it look cute. 12 milk bottles, 2 lids, some solar lights, and that's pretty much it. Alright, let me get going on this for you. Okay, so as you can see here, this is where the solar panel comes in, and it splits in 2 directions. So I've actually got 6 bottles on either side of the split, and they go in through the bottom and out through the top. And I've actually left, once I tie them all up, 2 lights at either end of the bottle, so any more get shoved back inside the bottle before you actually tie the cellophane on it. So it'll be a little gap in between, and those 2 lights basically sit in the ends of the lolly where the scrunch of the cello sits. So I've sorted the bottles so that I can start from the start. I'm going to do them in the order that I did them originally, because as you can see, some of the bottles have got stain on them, so I thought I'd best keep them the same colours. So that one's a red one. So open the red cello. Now I've also decided, because they did fade very quickly in the cello in the Australian sun, so we're going to use a double layer of cello. The cello is pretty cheap, so I'm not going to separate them, is the point. So we just put it out flat on the table, get our red bottle. Now, because this one's got the lid on the end of it, it should have all its lights inside it already. So we only need 1 or 2 out here. and the rest will go back inside the next bottle. So we just wrap this around lengthways, the bottle lengthways and the cello lengthways. Wrap this around fairly tight around the bottle and just secure it with a piece of sticky tape. So that will hold, and then cutting the curling ribbon without knotting it all up. Probably only need about, 35 centimetres or so. I'm just eyeballing that to what I think is roughly enough. So cut that off, and then, assuming you've got your bottle fairly centred on the sheet of paper, you scrunch this end and that end. And I'm going to twist it a little. Now I'm going to try and walk away from you, so tie at your scrunch point, not where the bottle walks back to, and push it forward when you tie the other end. So, and all I did was just tie a knot in it, keep it secure, and then just curl the ends of the ribbon. If you don't know how to do that, we'll do another video on that another day. Now push it back in, scrunch this end tight close to the bottle so it's that long. Scrunch it close to the bottle, keep it nice and tight inside there. You don't want it flopping around. I always tie the ribbon, go 2 loops around the whatever you're tying, pull it tight. Although it'll jump loose as soon as you take off the pressure. Tight that knot and curl. So that's essentially all that's in it. So all I'm going to do now is do all the other colours. You can do them any order you like, and we'll come back when I've got a few more done. Alright guys, I decided as I was doing this one that I actually taped the cello to the milk bottle first and then wrapped it to make it secure so it didn't move while I was wrapping it. And I've put 2 lights from that side and 2 lights from this side, so you should have 4 lights between each bottle, and there should, I think, be about 10 lights inside each bottle. I can check that for you soon. By some mystery, there's actually 13 lights inside here, 2 between and 2 between. So as I said, put the cello on, try and be as centered as possible this way. Just get a small bit of tape and tape that on there, so when you roll this around here, that will stay tight, and it looks like it's actually a wrapped little bolly. Tape's unseen, so around there. I may actually have had 2 lights inside each piece of the end cello and 1 light in between, but might be why there's 13 rather than 12. So let's pull that out and do that. And I've got 1 light outside but inside my twist, and then 1 light outside and inside that part of the twist. There's 1 there and 1 here, and then a spare 1 in between, and then 2, 1 there and 1 there. Alright, so twist that up. Cut a couple of pieces of ribbon. I like to do things properly, so we have the end and the end all even, but do it however you like. It's your project. This first end, as I said, is a bit tricky. Second end is a lot easier to do. Pull that up before you pull this one down. Means you don't get a loopy part down the bottom. If you've done it the other way, you'll know. So do those. And then, so your LEDs will easily pull out the top of the bottle, but because you've only drilled a small hole in the bottom of the bottle, they don't tend to pull out at all. So you'll always know that your ones are supposed to be inside the bottle are actually inside the bottle. So if we do this here and twist it with one there and one here, that'll keep our everything even. So that's a bit more explanation, and we now have 3 lollipop lights, or 4 lolly lights in a row, as you can see if I do that. Alright, well, I've done 5 of the first 6, but I did remember that I was on a mission to find some bright purple cello, which I have not obviously picked up because I only have 5 colours in my set on the left there. So I'm going to pause this for now, and I'll come back to it once I've completed everything and gone on my hunt for the purple cello. Come back soon. I had a few thoughts about the lighting. As you can see, this is a lighting panel that allows for a flash. So as you can see here, we've got the on-off button and the mode button, so I can have it on flash or I can have it on solid. Obviously it's solar, so if I let light get to it. I tend to like them on flash, that's fine. They are a cool white light, not a warm white light. I think it gives better visibility through the coloured cello, especially at night, obviously. Hard to say something about it here in the daylight. So when you're buying your solar panel, the only things to think about are either you want one that splits in the middle, or you're going to have to feed the lights through all 12 bottles, and the solar panel will come out through the end here. If you get the split in the middle one, obviously you feed 6 in one direction and 6 in the other direction, and that allows you to not be having so much you have to pull through each bottle. As I said, the cool white rather than the warm white, and I've done all I can now, and I'm off to look up for more cello and another roll of curling ribbon. I seem to have run out of that too. So I will be back to show you the finished product once it's all done. Okay, I'm down to the second last one here. This is the last one. I managed to get my purple cello, which is looking great. I just thought I'd confirm a few things more. These lights have got a 8cm or 3-inch gap between the LEDs. That's probably a good idea. I do think I have 10 inside and 5 between, but maybe 11 inside a couple of them, just because if it was a 200 light set, 10 inside, 12 things plus 5 between would give me 180. So if there was 20 extras, maybe there's 11 inside them, or, you know, but make it up as you go, just make it around about even. And yep, so as I said, that doesn't pull out of there once you've pushed it in. So 1, 2, 1 for the middle, and then 1. And I'm grabbing the 2 one in here, and then making sure it stays behind my hand as I grab this to do the twist. Pull it all out nicely straight, and then twist it up. Grab a pre-cut one this time. Couldn't find any more of the same coloured ribbon, so I got an offset ribbon, and so now I have 5 on each side in one colour ribbon and 1 on each side in the other colour ribbon, because I did the purple ones after I came back and got the new ribbon. But I don't think it matters, you know, you don't really see this part in the dark anyway, so tie it up, curl the ribbon, and then we're left with our last one. As I said, I'm using both sheets of cello to give it these vibrant colours you can see here. Hopefully the Australian sun won't sun-bleach it too much over the Christmas period, because this is an outdoor crop, obviously being solar, and I'm running out of room on my table. Turn it this way. Alright, these are, as I said, these are pre-used ones, so they do get quite dusty and dirty outside. I'm just trying to put it in the middle. So I just dust that off a bit so the sticky tape sticks, because the Australian sun will definitely unstick your sticky tape. I do find, as I said, that I get them a lot dusty in here. I am going to find a new box to store these in, because the old box that I was storing them in was only like this wide, so all this part was getting scrunched up in storage. So push that one back up to the bottom of the bottle, grip it around there, and then this one I can give a good twist to. You can feel it there now. Wrap it around. Oh, come on. What tight. And again, do that curl. That curl. And the last one here, I only have one light sticking out the end here, so I'm just going to pull it out enough that it's part of the twist. So yes, you will need at least 200 light string, preferably split down the centre, a long enough roll of curling ribbon. I perchance have used some of this before on other things, so just unbelievable. Why it isn't or wasn't sufficient for the whole thing. But that's okay, we made a compromise. And yes, the curling ribbon only curls from one side on this lot. If you get the curling ribbon that has like crinkles in it, that'll curl from both sides. Alright, we're done. So now you can see that I have 12 12 very colourful cello covered boiled lolly lights made from recycled milk bottles, containers, 2 litre kind. I don't know how that translates into American sizes. A reel of curling ribbon, a 200 string of solar lights, and a bit of sticky tape. Easy peasy. Okay, we will now take them outside and put them somewhere, and then I'll get some video of them at night and show you how they look that way. Okay, we're outside now, so the wind and the traffic is going to make a lot of noise, but this is where I've put them for the moment. As you can see, there's not a lot of space, so it's not yet quite dark, but that's what they look like with the lights flashing inside them at dusk.